Hey there, welcome back. I'm now hopping into the fourth video on the Lost Valley of the Orcs. In this one, I'm going to spend a little time talking about how I start to get into encounter development. And let me log in and we'll get going. All right, here we go. So I'm back on the home page. You can see the Lost Valley of the Orcs here. If we view the campaign, you'll see, we have a summary, the cool image that we spoke about. When I drill in to edit the campaign, you can see all the bolding that we've done in the previous session, as well as all of my saved searches, starting from ideas all the way through. So what I'm focused on now is I'm going to start building out this encounters for your or for the next level to get to session one. I want these 3 to 7 encounters, and I want to think about how what do I need to develop. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to build an outline of encounters, and I'm going to do this by starting off with a new chat. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the AI assistant to help me build out these encounters. So I'm going to say basically, I am looking to build out my first, 5 to 7 encounters for this campaign. Um, I I want to start the session with an exciting ambush. And this will be what I'm thinking here is if you remember that there's the 2 orc clans, the Gashtok and the Urgov Mall. I want to have those come together, and they're going to be. The idea is you have a single Gashtok orc that is making its way to the human town. They're going to ask for help from the humans to potentially align with them when this prophecy comes to bear. So it's almost like the orcs, it's a strategic play for the orcs to give the humans a heads up. This is coming, and just as an FYI. So basically, but what happened is the Urgok Mall got a wind of it, and they are in hot pursuit of this orc. So I'm going to start with an exciting ambush between an orc of the Gash Dock tribe and a group of attacking orcs from the UGRUK-MAL tribe. This is where the PCs will enter the scene. From the starting encounter, I want you to create 5 other encounters in the human town. And I'm going to just tell it to say, you know, one with the local mage, one with the local leader, and one with the entry gate. I'm just going to start there and we'll see what it gives us. So what I'm thinking is, we're starting to build out this session one, and I want to have that ambush. Depending on how that goes, if all the orcs die, including the one, then there will be like a remnant left behind that the PCs can discover to figure out what's going on. So that might be an interesting outcome. Another outcome might be maybe they save the orc and now they have to take him and get him through the entry gate. And the humans are very They're not comfortable with that, so they have to do some persuasion and they have to think about how do we get them in the town. So those are a couple options that may play out. I don't exactly know, but that's kind of where I'm thinking about. So let's take a look. What do we got? So a surprise encounter with the ambush just inside the valley near the rocky outcrop. Clear stones of resource package. Yeah, okay. Cautious crossing. Ooh, a bridge over the river. That's interesting. So that means they have to be out somewhere. So I have to find a reason why they would be out. But I like this, coming back. So I do have this thought around how do we let maybe there's regular patrols from the town, and the town is just keeping a pulse on the orcs, and that's part of the job. Part of the outpost job is, it's an early warning system for the larger, a larger town that's a day or two away. So their whole job is to keep a pulse on these tribes, and they have a group of fast riders that if there's something happening, they would leave and be that early warning system. So that's something I was thinking about. So maybe the PCs might participate in that. Intrigative trepidation, the fortified human settlement, PC group. Yeah, the guards challenge him. Yeah, okay. An errand for local mage. I don't know about that one. An audience with the leader. Yeah, I like this. Town hall where the Herod local leader coordinates defend the PC reviews and neutral outsiders and are asked to mediate. That's interesting. Yeah, I'll have to think about that. A plea from apothecary. Interesting. Chance meeting in the tavern. All right. Well, I like all these from a general concept, and one of the things I'm going to think about is like, how big is this outpost? What does it look like? Because that will help me get more. But I think these feel like pretty solid encounters. So I'm gonna the mage I'm not too set on yet, but I know there's this idea of this surprise ambush. So this can be encounter one. So I'm just gonna copy that, pivot over to encounters here, and I'm gonna create this encounter. Um, haven't created a module yet. Let me see, create, and I'll show you how to do that. So this is this first one, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to enter, some of this information about this encounter, just to save it, just kind of as an idea. And then I'm going to go back, and I'm going to do the second encounter because I like this idea of a cautious crossing. So that means they're going to be out. They'll have this interaction, and then they're coming back. So there might be something that happens there. So I'm going to create this. I'm going to save that. All this will get fleshed out later in more details. I do like this idea, this gate, this encounter 3, because I want the PCs to have to do some negotiation here and potentially different challenges that they may come across when they have to negotiate getting this orc through the gates or figuring out exactly. So there's I like this encounter 3. I'm not going to put the local mage in right now just because I want to tweak that idea. So I'm just going to move, and I'm going to go back, create this encounter. This one I'm going to change it to 4 because I would anticipate that if someone shows up with one of the orcs from one of the tribes, the leaders would want to have a conversation with them. So I'd have to think about what does that look like. So I'm going to put that in here. I'm going to save it. And a chance meeting at the tavern. I'm going to start there as well. I'm going to create that. And I'll just put a couple these notes in here. I'm not sure if we're going to do a fight or anything, but I just want to have placeholders for this. So now what I've done is I've kind of gone through and I've created, these handful of encounters that for the first one that we can really get going. I think that's 5. Oh, so 5 here. Back that out. Hit save. Great. So I have these 5 encounter ideas. The ambush, Getting back to the town, so I'm going to find a reason why the PCs were out. Were they all together, or maybe they're separate? There's going to be some weird encounter through the gate, audience with the leader, and then something will happen in the tavern. I'm definitely going to throw a mage or something in there, but I haven't thought about it just yet. So now I'm going to go back and I'm going to edit this, and I'm going to create. I'm going to create a campaign outline, and I'm going to start to add a module here. So in this module one, I'm going to change the name, but this will be, it's going to be, I'm just going to call it the ambush with the orcs for now, for a lack of better idea, and I'm going to save it. And then in here, I can start to add encounters. So these are all the encounters that are going to be part of this first module for. And I have a feeling this first session, I'll probably need to add, I'll probably get somewhere between 7 and 10 when I think about this, but we'll figure it out. So then I'm going to save this. That's been saved, so I have that. I'm not going to generate an image for this module just yet because I need to think through what the descriptions are, exactly what's happening, and then once I put content in this overview, then I'll generate an image. So, all right, let me go up. So that's my process on getting to encounters. Next video, I'm going to spend a few minutes and I'm going to actually start to build out some of the details of these encounters. But you can see how the structure is coming together. And the purpose of this page now is to be an entire outline of your entire campaign, from your summary, overview. We'll get into DM notes later. The hooks involved in pulling the players in, the encounters that are making up this in each module. So think of a module as a chapter. And then after that, we'll start to build out and round this out. So now if I go up and I hit save and I go back, what you're going to see now is you're going to start to see this coming together. You're going to have your image, the summary, you're going to have all the locations. So anyways, looking forward to chatting with you on the next video. Stay tuned.